Hello everyone, this is Teacher Wayne, and I'm just going to do a video basically on creating a 3D environment. This in Unreal is a fairly straightforward process, and as you can see, what you're looking at here is a fairly simple little 3D environment I've set up. So we've got water, we've got some foliage, we've got a couple of trees, and got different types of environments as well. We've got granite, grass, and another one which I think it's called gravel or grime, one of them two. So I'm just going to go through all that with you on this one, and then I'm going to go through the basics of how this was created. So I'm going to scroll up here. If you look here on the right hand side, I've got 3 landscapes. So scroll this up a little bit so we can look at them in a little bit more detail. So this landscape here, if you look landscape 1, this is it says rock basalt. This is the high ground. So this is one of my, so this is your rock here, and it gives you a nice little sort of like rock effect, which is quite cool. And that is that landscape there. And then I've got another one which is ground gravel, which is the this one here I'm zooming into. So that one there. And then I've got another one called grass. That's not ground gravel, that was gravel, and that's grass. As you can see, there's the interface between them. It's not the smoothest bit of environment I've ever done, but it's just as a quick demo and a quick 10-minute thing just to show you really. And then here I've got various different foliage. I'll click here, I'll show you what I've got, and let's scroll this down here. As you can see, I've got some ferns and some what's known as bog myrtles, and then I've got a little my foliage brush here, and I can actually just paint them on like this, and it gets quite funky. You can add buttercups. I think I've got buttercups I can add to this as well. There's all sorts of stuff that I can do. So I'm just going to go through how I did this, and is a simple little thing. That's one of my trees. I've only got 2 trees. The reason I've only got 2 trees is they lose a lot of rate. I think that tree you're looking at there is 12 meg, and that other one in the distance is 9 meg. So they're quite detailed trees. These are from the kite demo that you've maybe seen online. So these are quite detailed photorealistic trees. So the trouble with Unreal is it's really easy to create 3D environments. The disadvantage is it's very resource hungry compared to other game engines that are out there. So it is good, it's also bad, and can be quite laggy when you're starting to apply these. You can see, look, me just rotating around this, there's a bit of a lag there, and this is a fairly decent spec machine, and I've got a GTX 1070 graphics card, so I've got a really good graphics card and a decent brand new i5 in this computer that's a 650, so you'd think it'd be better than this. So it does struggle a bit, and there's a water effect, so it looks pretty, and when the game is playing it's probably a lot smoother because it gets rendered properly. But while you're developing it, you need a really good spec system to use this. That's the first thing I want to say. So I'm just painting a few more bits and pieces in there. Right, okay, so how do I create this? So I think the easiest thing to do is just go File, New Level, and I'll just create a standard default one. Do I want to save this? I might as well, and there we are. So if you look, I'm on a brand new level, there's nothing on it, just a blank thing. So the first thing we do is we go landscape, fairly straightforward, and then we pick what we're going to have. So I'm going to do my first one here. You got your material, so I'm going to do 3 levels, the same again. I'm going to do the first one as grass, so I'm just going to simply click create, and I'll leave the grass as it is. Now I'm going to create another landscape. how do I see if I remember how I got to that. Manage, there we are, new landscape. So it's manage new landscape, and there we are. And you see you can slide this one up or below the other one. So I'm going to put this one actually a little bit beneath, because this is going to peak through as hills. So let's move this a little bit below, and this time this is going to be gravel. And I'm going to scroll down and create that. Now so we've got, that is my ground gravel and that is my grass there. So let's click on ground. Let's think about what I want to do. I'm going to let's have a think about it, zoom out a little bit. So I'm going to put some mountains over there, and I'm going to do some hills before then. So let's do some hills here. It's going to let me do it. I'm in the right zoom here. Got this funny little square going. I'm in the wrong tool here, I think. Let me just pause this for a second. Right, okay, I figured out what you have to do. I just needed to build it, so I'm now starting to paint my hills. As you can see, I've done a bit there, and there's a bit of a hill peeping through, so let me just keep doing it, and I'll just keep getting the let's increase the tool strength here a bit. You can increase that. Ooh, you gotta be careful with this one. Get the ground gravel up a bit. Just quickly paint it. Got some hills here. Okay, so I've got a bit of hills going. I'm gonna have to add another layer now as well. I forgot about that. I've got to add my mountains, which is in the background, but I'll do that now. So new landscape here. So there's my new landscape. I want to put it just down a bit there, and I'm going to, oops, where's it gone? Oh, I didn't create it. So ground gravel, selection to new landscape. Where's it gone? Why is it not doing it? Landscape, and I'm going to change that to granite. So let's find the granite, rock, basalt. Scroll it down a bit. Why does it do that? I think I'll lose it as soon as I do that. Let's have a look. Let's try again. Manage. Ooh, landscape. Rock, basalt. Scroll down. Create. Here we go. So now I'm just going to click a build again. Oh, there it is. It's up there. Let it build it. I'll just keep doing builds, get some lighting sorted out. There we are, rock basalt. Let's get this brush strike quite high. There's my mountains in the background. I know I'm doing a building lighting. This is not the ideal way of doing it, but I'm going to actually create an environment for a lake around here. I'm going to put a lake around here somewhere. Not a massive one, I don't think, but let's just get this round here. That's all right. Ooh, so the lighting is complete. This doesn't look complete to me. Sometimes the problem with Unreal. Oh, it is, it's working. Might just put a medium level lighting, it'll just make things a lot quicker. Don't be so resource hungry. So I've just created an area. As you can see, I've got 3 landscapes, and I'm going to put in my lake in a second. So I've got do that. Meanwhile it's doing that, I'm just going to show you. We've got this water, we've got, because I've when I set this up, I added the let me just show you here. I added water planes to the project, and I added open, no, is it that one? Yes, open world demo. So I've only added these 2. That one is 6.4 gig. That's 139 meg. You're going to take note of these, how big they are. That one is what can grind it to a halt. Some of them are a lot smaller. That kite demo is quite big. That's basically that one, and that one are virtually identical. Anyway, should be yeah, they are, so all done now. So water plane, anyway, let me just click on this here. I'm going to add a water plane, so I'm going to add a lake, and I'm going to add blueprint, and then lake, and I'm just going to simply drag and drop that to the middle, and there we are. This here is the lake. Now let's scroll this up here. Right, I'm not going to zoom in, but that's a little tiny square of water. So I'm going to move it up a little bit, and I'm going to stretch this out, and I'm going to simply go this scale here. There it goes. Ooh. And there we are. Oh, what's it doing? Make sure it fits. There we are. Can you see it? I'm just going to move it around a bit, move it down a bit, stretch it out a bit, stretch it across a bit. There we are. And a bit more of that, I think. You see what's happens though, sometimes you get this flood effect, so I'm going to just carefully scale it back a touch. The trouble is a little bit, it's a little bit hard to get this right. You could be very careful when you're designing your landscape. Which one is that one? That's the rock basalt. I'll raise it up a bit there, I should make it go on there as well. Hidden it, stops it flowing over. Not the best solution, but there, I'm going to rebuild it. Let's rebuild the lighting again. And then you get to see I've got a lake, I've got some mountains, I've got a bit of some hills that are sort of like gravel, and I've got grass. Fairly basic environment here. Now let's add a few trees. Now this is where it begins to slow down a little bit, so I'm just going to go back down to there. We're going to go into kite demo, and we're going to go into I think it's environment. Yeah, there we are. Trees. Now these are very big. I'm just going to click really simple for now. I'm going to pick some foliage. I'm going to click this little thing here, and we're going to drag and see it says drop foliage here. I'm going to get a bog myrtle, and I'm going to drag it to there, and you see it just appears there. And then so we've got a bog myrtle. Let's add a I'm going to have a buttercup. Oh, hang on, it's still doing something. Oh, it's just finished the building. So let's add a buttercup. I think that there. Add there, and then oh, I don't know what yarrow is, but is that going to let me do that? Oh, he's thinking about it. It's ground, yeah, it's ground to a halt. It does this sometimes. See, everything's frozen. Yeah, I've got all these different things in here. So now I've got a little paintbrush appeared now. So I can start to paint it in. So I'm going to click here, watch what happens. Can you see? I've got some flowers. And I'm painting my different textures in. It's quite straightforward really, isn't it? Still sorting out the shaders. Let's do it here. I can make the brush you can do all this sort of business here. You can change how dense it is, how much it is. You can play about with it. If say you don't want buttercups in it, you click that one and that one. I just want bog myrtles, that'll just be bog myrtles. Say I just want buttercups, I'll have buttercups, just this patch here. If you look here, these are just buttercups. We have lots of buttercups. And there's the buttercups, and they're quite pretty actually. I'll go across here, we've got a combination of both, and there you are. So we're adding different textures, different sort of foliage, and you can do the same with the trees as well. And when I start adding trees, this is where it gets grinds to a halt. But here, see, notice here I've got grass. Now what I like about this grass is it's better grass. This is some people, you see I've got the texture of grass here, but let me just scroll this down a bit here. There's field grass, so untick that, untick that. So buttercups and grass go really well together. So this is just going to be grass and oh, what was, hang on a minute, what we got here? We got buttercups and field grass. Oh, I've got bog myrtles in. Yeah. Over here, that should be just, yeah, there, grass and buttercups. Makes it a lot more real. So the grass, you can put this grass on the grass really. There, you get a much better effect. I'm just looking through it, showing you. So there you have my quick, simple little introduction to environments using Unreal Engine. Thank you very much.